ranked all 63 Disney animated movies based on the 100,000th frame. Some were actually incredible works of art hang on the wall, and others looks like this. What is that? I'm giving last place to Dinosaur. In theory, this is a good shot, but the art style of this film is abhorrent. At first glance, it just looks like rocks. The lighting is doing nothing for these dinosaurs to highlight them or make them stand out from the background at all. Frankly, I'm offended. Anyways, better than Dinosaur is 4 black screen. Yeah, some of these movies aren't long enough to have a 100,000th frame. And yes, I did put all of them in front of Dinosaur, because sometimes looking into the void is better than looking into the face of hell. Anyways, don't worry, all of them have images after this point. Oh, I mean, the font is nice. I'm kidding, it's bad. Look, this is how it's done. If the 100,000th frame is gonna be the credits, please choose a font. Next up, we have the Little Mermaid featuring the most generic seal design I've ever seen in my life. I think this image makes me unreasonably mad. It sucks! I can't explain it, I just hate it. Next up we have Snow White, Pie. Alright, Fantasia 1. Please be the demon, please be the demon, please be the demon. Oh. Why? Yeah, the 100,000th frame landed in the visual music section of this movie. Pretty unlucky. Which is just as unlucky as Melody Time, where we didn't get the top of mountain, but just kind of the middle part of mountain. Next is something funny, at least. We got Meet the Robinsons, but it looks terrible. I swear the rest of the movie doesn't look this bad, but this frame has me wanting to beat the Robinsons. Frozen is next, which is only bad because it just happened to fall in the middle of a motion or movement or action. In other words, this frame is all purpose and no pleasure. But I will say, the mushrooms on the left look really nice. Next is a frame from Chicken Little. This frame isn't necessarily doing anything wrong. The film just looks like this the entire time, and that's the problem I have with it. Then we have a dark and slightly confused expression from Wreck-It Ralph, a spaceship from Lilo and Stitch, which is just a little bit too in the clouds for my liking, this ugly ass dragon from The Sword in the Stone, probably the most boring possible frame and character from Emperor's New Groove.
I win.
Another all-purpose no pleasure frame from Mulan, and Bolt. It looks like they're in GTA, but they make it look any more dry. So all those were pretty trash, you know, for the garbage. But I'm excited to say the next few are more like, they're just mid. So we're moving up in the world. Here we got Queen Honors Detective from The Great Mouse Detective. It's unique, the sketch is good, and most importantly, they chose a font. But it's still mid. Here we have Thick Mouse and Black Thing Insect. I don't know what it is, and that's why I don't like it that much. Also, I think mice are just like the most boring animated character you can create. Like, you got Mickey. You don't need any other mice. Speaking of boring, next up is Home on the Range. The sky is too blue. The background's too barren. These animals just look like any other animated animal. I'm getting bored just talking about it. Oh, man. Boring. It's boring! Next up is an emotional scene from Moana. And it's like, don't get me wrong, I like the 2D animated back tattoo things that Maui has. But as a frame, this just is not doing it for me. It's just a slow zoom on a stick figure. Are you serious? Next up is Frozen 2, and we're just looking at 2 faceless snow people. There's no character here. Oh, I don't even care about snow people! Rescuers Down Under features Snake and Man. And I just don't like this one because the snake's looking at the camera and he looks weird, like head on. Get off! That's not a snake, that's another thing. Here we got Treasure Planet. I don't know, man. It's just 2 characters I don't care about in the dark. It's nothing. I have basically the exact same complaint for a Hunchback of Notre Dame, except the lighting and background is a little nicer. He's just kind of like a happy dog from 101 Dalmatians, except not even a Dalmatian. Kind of confused about that one.
That is an idea.
That is an idea. I don't like his voice either. Next up is Aladdin, which would look good if his eye wasn't all like that. This is clearly the beginning of a smear frame, but it's not even a funny one. This frame would be incredible if Tinkerbell just fixed her goddamn posture. Like, if she was up straight and clearly flying in one clear direction, this frame would look sick. From this moment forward, basically every single frame has a redeeming quality, so get in the mood for some positivity, boys. Also, real quick, subscribe. This frame's good in theory, but I don't know what it is. It just feels flat, not super dynamic. Boy, if that's positive, I hate to see this guy be like, I don't know, hit by a train.
Look behind you, chum.
Chump? This guy from Strange World looking sad and emotional. About what? Nobody knows. I like everything about this frame, except the thing on his nose. What is that? Next up is Tarzan, and a really nice picture of a random elephant. It's a good looking elephant, I won't lie. The shading's nice, the expression's right, the drawing is cool. It's just an elephant though.
What? it! I've had it with you and your emotional constipation!
Next is a really nice background painting from Lady and the Tramp. It looks really nice, like all around. It's just the lady is a little dark for my liking. Next is Hercules pulling the stanky leg from Watch Me Whip, Watch Me Nay Nay, 2015 classic. Fantastic song if you haven't heard it. Next is another music enjoyer from Make Mine Music. Oh! It's a whale with a mustache. Anything. This whale looks so talented. He looks so grand. Honestly, I wish the entirety of his nose was in shot. So only real complaint is I want more. All right, this movie is called The Three Caballeros. It's about 3 ducks. One of them is Donald. So if I don't get Donald, I'm gonna be confused. Okay. I'm still confused. Okay, it's only made it worse. Here, I love Donald's expression. It's classic Donald Duck. I'm completely confused by everything else that's happening in the frame. Next is the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland. I really like the energy of this shot. Again, I wish the top of the character wasn't just cut off. Next is Cinderella, where we have a sinister cat. I really like this cat character design. I really like its expression. I have nothing else to say about this. It's just a cat. Here we have Butler from Aristocats. Again, I really like this character design. I feel like the art style and his character mix really well. But again, he's just a butler. Here we got Mickey Mouse from Fun and Fancy Free. I do wish Mickey was in a slightly different pose. He looks weird, but this frame is just an aesthetic. I don't even know if I can explain it. I like how small he is in the frame, and I also really like the colors used. Encanto is next with a frame I wish could be way higher. Unfortunately, Isabella's hand is just blurred. It kind of ruins everything, considering it's literally in the middle of the frame, but otherwise, the colors are amazing. The lighting is amazing. She's literally looking into the camera. It's symmetrical. This one hurts. Like, if it was this, I'd be a lot more positive about it. But unfortunately, it's this. This one's also a letdown. Brother Bear was like my favorite Disney movie growing up. I had this thing on repeat, and there's a lot of beautiful frames from this movie. But this one, sort of lackluster. It's not bad. It captures these 2 characters perfectly. And I also like the yellow and purple hues in the backgrounds. But I just wish we had something more cinematic. Here's a really nice close-up of Frog. Okay, this one's just funny. We got Green Man. We got Green Man. You're gonna give me Green Man. I don't know who Green Man is, but he's kind of iconic. He's angry at Wreck-It Ralph for whatever reason. I don't know what the reason is, but I agree entirely.
Who's asking?
This movie sucks, but I gotta respect Green Man. So I'm of the belief that 2D animated movies should come back. But in this one case, I feel like this frame would have looked a lot better if it was 3D. Or at least shaded a lot better. They didn't draw any shadows on this guy or the horse, or any cool green rim lighting. The background's really just flat and gray. This one had the potential to be amazing, but they just didn't bring it to its full potential. Would have preferred that, I won't lie to you. Let's see what else we could have got, because oh, far out. Jesus. Oh. Here we have Moana 2, and a pretty cool shot of the environment. The purple glow coming from the center of the frame, and all the storms are really cool. But still, I think it could have been done better. I feel like the clouds don't really blend so well into the skyline, and the purple also clashes with the dark green in the water. It doesn't feel complete. Maybe it's just the fact that it wasn't animated by the proper Disney animation studios. It was outsourced to one of their Disney Plus animation houses. But that's me being picky. Overall, it's a really nice image.
Go back to the forest, predator!
Here's a unique but really good shot from Zootopia. You can see the dust particles in the sun, which always looks really nice. There's also a really nice depth of field thing going on right here. You get a nice look at a bunch of different character designs, which are all really well done in this movie. Actually, a really good shot. Here we have a really nice still from Beauty and the Beast. Nothing crazy is going on here. We just have Belle and her dad. But I don't know, there's something like intimate about this frame. I think the illustrations perfectly capture both of their characters. I love how the scene is lit by candlelight. I think that's helping the intimate feel come across. I don't know what it is about this one. It just makes me feel at peace. Next, surprise, is a frame from Wish. What? This high? I know, right? Here's my reaction. Sorry, the microphone sounds a little weird here for some reason. I will take this. It's like the best possible version of just a standard close-up. The lighting is just so interesting here. Sure, the background's kind of flat, but yeah, the colors just really carry it for me. I kind of lost my mind when I got this frame, I'm not gonna lie. Like, what a frame, bro. Right before the big reveal. Imagine if we... Ah! The anticipation of this frame is everything for me. Like, you just know in a second he's gonna turn around and say,
That was his mistake.
and the animation community is gonna lose their minds. But unironically, it's kind of a nice looking frame either way. The red glow coming from each side of the frame is cool. The character is in a really dynamic pose. He's also very dark in the frame, which makes him look sinister. It's just all coming together with this frame, and I really, really like it. All right, here we go. Top 10 now. Number 10 is Raya and the Lost Dragon. The thing that stands out the most to me in this frame is the texture and the mood. I love how it looks like it's obviously been raining. I love the fog in the background. I love how the scene is illuminated by the moon. moonlight. Beautiful shot. 9th place, The Lion King. It just feels like they tried harder with this shot. The Lion King is an amazing looking movie, but something just is different about this shot. The lighting feels so much more dynamic. You're getting this incredible blue glow from the back, and it fits perfectly with Rafiki. He comes across as so wise, so mystical. It's perfect. Here's another more unique shot from Pocahontas. Man, that's hot. It just feels like they're doing something different here, you know? And unironically, it feels like something you literally could hang up on a wall. It's just an interesting looking shot. Alright, this one's so high because of the background. It just looks so cool. There's so much texture. The light coming from the entrance of this cave looks really cool. The characters running through it also heightens the intensity of the scene. Really cool shot. Okay, here's a really great one from Pinocchio. I like the background design. I like the fish. And we've got the sexy fish. I like Pinocchio. I like the pose he's in. I like his expression. This whole scene to me is just fantastic. Okay, let me explain. I feel like some of you might disagree with me at first, but this frame is a vibe. Like, I could just imagine this as someone's profile picture, and it would be super endearing. I love how bright Tigger is against the snow in the back. It breaks my heart that he's so sad. He's incredibly expressive in this picture.
You mean I can't ever bounce again?
Yeah, there's something just really endearing about this picture, and that's why it's as high as it is. Also, Tigger, probably one of my favorite Disney characters. Maybe that makes a difference, I don't know. Here's a really cool explosion from Atlantis. The colors are super nice in this frame. I love the background design. It feels very Temple Run. I love a good rim light. It's just a really dynamic frame. 3rd place is from Fox and the Hound. I've never even seen this movie, but this frame is just beautiful. This dog just comes across as so innocent, and I love him. The trees and the forest and the leaves in the background, it's just so beautifully illustrated. But there's also a sense of danger as the dog is kind of walking towards the dark. This frame is just a really beautiful image. 2nd place, we have Tangled. Oh, we got this scene. Maybe I would have preferred if it was the shot of the two of them or just Rapunzel, but I still can't complain about this. It's a pivotal scene in the movie. The lights in the background are amazing. Flynn Rider, great character, so a worthy number 2 spot. And the best 100,000 frame out of all the Disney movies is Bambi's. What's crazy about this frame is it's the last shot in the movie. It almost didn't make it as well. That's gotta be like the final shot of the movie. It is! So no wonder it's as beautiful as it is. Like many of the other frames we've went through, just the background illustration is beautiful here. I love the angle this is drawn from. It makes it feel so important. And most of all, I like Bambi's silhouette looking into the sky. So that's it. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Surely, right? Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already seen it, watch the DreamWorks version of this video I did. Anyways, I'll catch you in the next one.